Playmakers, the daily sports bulletin from the bridge that brings you the big news and the top plays from the world of Indian sports.
Hello and welcome to the Playmakers, our everyday live sports bulletin. My name is Rahul Kargal. In the Playmakers today, we've got East Bengal winning their first AFC game since 2015, and the Indian boxers are in line for 17 medals in the Under-19 World Boxing Championships. We begin with news from Indian football, where East Bengal FC has registered their first win at the continental level since 2015 after defeating Bashundhara Kings from Bangladesh late on Tuesday night in their second group game of the AFC Challenge Cup. East Bengal came out firing and scored all 4 goals in the first half. This outcome now sets up an exciting final day encounter with Lebanon's Nejma SC to decide the group winners. News from the Under-19 World Boxing Championships in Colorado, USA now, where 4 Indian women have reached the finals in their respective weight categories on Tuesday night. Anjali Kumari, Chanchal Chaudhary, Krishna Verma and Bini secured their places in the gold medal matches. In the women's categories, India now has 7 potential gold medalists as Manchka Goswami, Kritika Vasan and Akansha Palaswal have already reached the finals in the 80 plus kilograms, 80 kilograms and 70 kilogram categories respectively. With 17 medals already confirmed, India's youth boxers have set an impressive standard at the event thus far. Several other Indian pugilists will compete in semi-final bouts on Wednesday night, and this has raised hopes of more gold medal opportunities in both the men's and women's categories. Moving on to news from cricket now, and late on Tuesday night, a Smriti Mandhana 100 drove India to a 2-1 series victory over New Zealand. With the series victory, India has clearly kick-started its 2025 ODI World Cup preparations on a positive note. Joining me now is our Chennai-based journalist Arjun Mailvahan, who has been reporting on women's cricket for India. Arjun, thank you for joining us tonight. Deepti Sharma was one player that stood out in the entire series, isn't it?
Good evening, Rahul. Thank you for having me. Yes, Deepti Sharma was outstanding in the series. She did not have the best of T20 World Cups. And then coming back into the series, there must have been a bit of pressure on her and the Indian team in general. But I think she performed very well. She picked up 6 wickets in 3 games, including a 3-4 in the final ODI, the series decider. And she also contributed with the bat. She scored 41 in the first ODI, and that helped India get to a much better total, and that's what set us up for the win. She's been rightly rewarded with an increase in her ICC rankings, and I feel like she's become a very important part of the Indian lower middle order batting and also India's frontline spinner in the ODI setup.
The series itself, Arjun, was extremely important from an Indian standpoint, coming on the back of a very ordinary T20 World Cup, where all the batters struggled for runs. Smriti Mandhana herself had a fairly poor outing at the World Cup, but it was good to see her finish on a high with 100 in the final game.
Yes, Rahul, I completely agree with that. In fact, Smriti did not have the best of starts in the ODI series as well. She scored 5 in the first game and she got out for a duck in the second game. So coming into the series decider, needing 200 plus runs to win, the pressure was on her. And with Shafali getting out early, she had to set the platform and anchor the chase. And I think she played a very good innings, brilliant innings in fact. She took her time, she was composed, she did not rush into anything, and she scoring 100 was not just good for herself getting back into form, but also for Team India. She's been scoring a lot of runs in the international setup over the calendar year, and it's good to see her finishing the year the way that she started it.
In the T20 World Cup, there was one name which didn't get as much airtime, so to speak. Radha Yadav She didn't get as many games as she would have liked, but she made a comeback in the ODI series, and her presence was felt, especially in the field, isn't it?
Definitely, definitely. I felt like Radha Yadav should have played because she's a left-hand spinner and playing against those slow, tacky surfaces in Dubai, she would have helped us a lot in the with the ball in hand. But coming into the ODI series, she performed really well. She was a standout Indian spinner. In fact, she picked up 7 wickets from 3 games, including a 4 for in the second ODI. Despite us losing, she was one of the positives that emerged out of that game. And we don't even need to talk about her fielding. Like she single-handedly is raising the Indian fielding standards. I mean, we've all seen the 2 catches that she pulled off in the second ODI. And that second catch, running behind and diving forward, is probably one of the best catches in women's cricket. Period. So Harmanpreet Kaur talked about India becoming the number one fielding side. Like she wanted India to be the number one fielding side. And I feel like Radha Yadav is setting the standard there, and it's good to see an Indian player setting the standard in fielding in world cricket, in women's cricket.
Yes, fielding was definitely a positive, and all said and done, India needed a series victory, and 2-1 is something that will kickstart their campaign for the 2025 World Cup cycle. Arjun, thank you for that quick update tonight.
Thank you, Rahul.
That was Arjun Mailvahanan, our Chennai based journalist. On to news from the Pro Kabaddi League. The league itself is well and truly underway, and Iranian defender and Bengal Warriors skipper Fazal Atrachali has created history by becoming the first ever defender to achieve 500 tackle points in the history of the league. Playing against defending champions Puneri Paltan on Tuesday, Fazal tackled Mohit Koyat in the 18th minute of the first half and reached the milestone. The Iranian maverick has now scored 500 tackle points from 469 successful tackles in 173 games he has played across the seasons of the Pro Kabaddi League. Moving on to news from Indian football, the Indian senior national football team is all set to play an international football friendly against Malaysia on the 18th of November in Hyderabad at the Ganchibauli Stadium. The team is still in search of a win in 3 outings under the new chief coach Manolo Marquez. India last played a 1-all draw against Vietnam back in October the 12th. The November 18th match will be Marquez's fourth match in charge of the national team, and he would be looking for a win against a lower ranked team. That said, the game against Malaysia will not be an easy outing. Malaysia are ranked 133rd in the FIFA chart, while India are at 125. The last time these two teams met was way back in October 2023 in the Merdeka Cup semi-final, and India, interestingly, had lost 2-4 to Malaysia at the time. Up next, we've got the play of the day. And finally, our play of the day comes from the Under-19 World Boxing Championships in Colorado, USA, where 4 Indian women have reached the finals in their respective weight categories. India now has 7 potential gold medalists in the women's categories. What's more, with multiple men reaching the semi-finals, India is assured of as many as 17 medals from the event, and this outstanding boxing performance from India's under-19 pugilists is our play of the day. And that's all that I have for you on the Playmakers today. Do follow thebridge.in and our social media handles for our continued coverage of Indian sports. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified every time we bring you the news on our YouTube channel. My name is Rahul Kargal. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.